In the quiet stillness of midnight, when most of the world was asleep, a remarkable event took place that sent silent shockwaves through global politics. Ibrahim Traoré, the leader of Burkina Faso, boarded a Russian state aircraft under high security, bound for Moscow. This was no routine diplomatic flight. It was a powerful, deliberate maneuver filled with symbolism and strategic depth. Why leave at such an unusual hour? Why was he escorted personally by the Russian ambassador and top embassy staff? What does this mysterious journey say about the shifting tides of global power? Since coming to power, Traoré has been a polarizing figure, targeted by both internal forces and foreign interests. Over the past 2 years, he has survived 18 assassination attempts and multiple coup plots. To many, his name now symbolizes defiance, patriotism, and a renewed demand for national sovereignty in West Africa. The night of his departure was more than just a farewell. It marked a milestone. With the presence of high-ranking Russian officials, the send-off underscored a strengthening partnership that had previously gone underestimated. Why would Russia send a presidential Il-96 aircraft to personally escort a West African leader? Some suggest it was due to potential drone threats linked to ongoing geopolitical tensions. Others believe it was a direct response to recent accusations from the US military, which alleged that Traoré was diverting national resources for personal security. In response, a global youth-led protest emerged, calling out Western interference and rallying in support of Traoré. Whether symbolic or strategic, Putin's gesture of personally ensuring Traoré's safe travel spoke volumes. Upon landing in Moscow, the reception was unlike any other. Dressed in his signature military uniform and sidearm, Traoré stood out as a soldier, not just a politician. Onlookers were struck by his presence. Young, defiant, and full of conviction, during Russia's 80th Victory Day celebrations, attended by world leaders including China's Xi Jinping, Brazil's Lula da Silva, and Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro, Traoré drew significant attention. It wasn't only his bold appearance that made headlines, it was the camaraderie, particularly with President Putin. A poignant moment occurred during the wreath-laying ceremony at the tomb of the unknown soldier. While other dignitaries bowed, solemnly, Traoré delivered a military salute, an act of deep respect and alignment with the sacrifices of fellow soldiers. Putin, visibly emotional, seemed to share an unspoken understanding with the Burkinabe leader. Throughout the events in Moscow, Traoré continued to leave a strong impression. His one-on-one meeting with Venezuela's Maduro revealed a shared spirit of resilience. Both leaders, shunned by Western powers, discussed cooperation on energy, food security, and media resistance to global narratives. Maduro even praised Traoré as a lion of Africa, a phrase that began trending across West African social media platforms alongside clips of the visit. Hashtags like Troy the Lion and Africa Rises went viral, reflecting a renewed sense of pride among young Africans who view Traoré not just as a leader, but as a movement. But this wasn't just about optics. Behind the scenes, real deals were reportedly taking shape. Plans for Russian investment in Burkina Faso's mining, agriculture, and energy sectors. Discussions included a possible Russian-built energy facility in Ouagadougou and technology-sharing initiatives aimed at transforming rural infrastructure. While some analysts caution against overdependence on a single ally, Traoré seems to be hedging his bets, engaging not only with Russia, but also forging ties with China, Iran, Turkey, and Venezuela. His goal appears to be clear: diversify Burkina Faso's partnerships and loosen the grip of former colonial powers. Traoré is not the first African leader to challenge the status quo. Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Muammar Gaddafi, these were leaders who dared to dream of independence and were ultimately met with destabilization or assassination. Traoré seems to have learned from history, Surrounded by a new generation of loyal officers and protective alliances, he is taking no chances. Internally, Traoré has initiated sweeping reforms. After taking power in September 2022, he expelled French troops and later pulled Burkina Faso out of ECOWAS, aligning with Mali and Niger to form the Alliance of Sahel States, a coalition focused on African-led security and development. He has also proposed ditching the CFA franc, a currency controlled by France, in favor of a new regional currency to promote economic self-sufficiency. His visits across Burkina Faso, despite constant threats, continue to draw massive public support. Infrastructure projects, including roads and textile factories, are underway, marking visible progress under his rule. Every movement Traoré makes, whether it's flying under the radar, donning a uniform in diplomatic settings, or saluting fallen heroes, tells a story. His approach isn't just political, it's personal. It's about reclaiming Africa's narrative, and his trip to Moscow may just be the start of a new chapter. So, what do you think? Is Ibrahim Traoré's bold leadership the dawn of a new era for Africa, or a dangerous gamble in an unpredictable world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories shaping our world.